So this article caught my attention this weekend, and it got me thinking about several different things. So let me set the stage, okay? A viewer that was looking around Amazon happened to notice a trend of reviews for a certain product. They're called Faraday cages. And if you don't know what a Faraday cage is, it's a device that you would put around something to protect it from electromagnetic interference or wireless signals. Well, it turns out a bunch of people bought Faraday cages and put it around their wireless router. And then complained because the wireless signals weren't working, which is what the Faraday cage is supposed to do. So it did bring up several interesting points. Let's kind of unpack this for a moment. So why would somebody knowingly buy a Faraday cage to protect against a wireless signal and then put it around a wireless device? I'm glad you asked. So it turns out, based on some of the comments, it was people that are worried about the advancement of 5G network. There's been a conspiracy theory. It's been spreading. Well, that's kind of a pun, a Freudian slip on my part. But ever since the coronavirus came out, there's been a conspiracy theory that 5G wireless technology is helping spread the virus. It's not true. I mean, it's not possible to send biomaterials by wireless signal. There's some studies about 5G potentially having some health impacts. Haven't been proven. I believe the study came out of Geneva. And from my memory, I'm just going off the top of my head, basically they said with how the waves of 5G works and they're packed together, potentially there could be a negative impact, but there's not enough information to know if it's actually a problem. Okay, now most of the science says industry and people say, no, it's not true. The conclusion that you've reached and the best explanation that I've seen of it was like saying, hey, the sky is blue and your pants are blue, thus your pants are made of sky. That was kind of the analogy that scientists looked at this report that came out of Europe saying that 5G signals potentially could be harmful. They were like, hey, you're drawing a conclusion that because of this is kind of like that, thus it must be true, right? Again, back to the pants. Sky is blue, my pants are blue, thus my pants are made of blue, or made of sky. Pretty big leap. But that report out of Europe, probably not the only reason, but one of the things that's led to this conspiracy that 5G is bad. And we've seen places around the world, in Europe, in Canada, in Quebec, people actually trying to burn down 5G cell towers because they're thinking it's bad. Kind of it was a giggle in Quebec. They were burning down a tower that was not 5G. Just kind of shows that they didn't know what technology looks like. But I'm getting off track here. Let's go back to Amazon selling these Faraday cages and people buying them to protect against 5G and then complaining that they're doing their job. It's blocking wireless signal, and they're not happy about it. Some of the comments, were like, hey, how dare you sell me this device? It blocks my wireless signal. Yeah, it's a Faraday cage designed to block wireless signals. I guess it works. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. But it was kind of humorous to me when I read this. But let's unpack it from a different direction. It is interesting that some resellers appear to be taking advantage of the world and the situations that we find ourselves in, offering to sell these things and claiming, it blocks 5G. Yeah, it does. It blocks a lot of other things. But they're playing into some people's emotions on this topic to turn a buck. And Amazon's not doing anything to stop it. Now, when the pandemic first hit, or the plague, as some people have been calling it, hit, folks were buying up toilet paper and then selling it for 4 or 5, 15 times the value online, and Amazon took a really big hit publicly and lambasted about allowing that to occur. So they stopped it. But I don't see Jeff Bezos getting involved with these Faraday cage issues. I mean, they're advertising them to do what they say they're going to do, which is block wireless signal. And they're doing exactly that. So the people buying them are getting what they asked for. They just hadn't thought of the ramifications of what it would be like to put a Faraday cage around the router that's also supplying the Wi-Fi signal. But it does kind of speak to the fact that not all reviews that you're going to find online are good reviews. You kind of have to dig in and figure out, well, why is that a problem? And you've also got to wonder about some resellers or some sellers of what they're putting out and why they're targeting. Because, there's no doubt. In my mind, the people that are selling these Faraday cages, they know what they're doing, and they're playing to a certain target market, knowing that when the people buy them, they're not getting exactly what they think they're getting. They're getting the product that works, but they're not thinking far ahead to say what the impact was. So on the weekend, as I said, I saw this article. It kind of things that make you go, and that was certainly one of them. So bottom line is, you sold me something that works. How dare you?